I'm going to try to make this as clear as I possibly can. And some people could possibly be offended, especially women. Women more so than men, because this is just one of those sensitive subjects as it relates to women. And I would say beginning women across the board, but especially black women and those that I have encountered throughout my lifetime. And that's concerning bad children. For lack of a better word, I'm going to go with the word bad. Bad children. Children that are not mannerable. Children that do not respect authority, do not respect adults, who act out when they're in public, when they're in shopping malls, in any public venue. They just let loose, let go, and become very, very destructive, disorderly. And you can tell that it stems from, at least I would hope that everyone would know this, it stems from the home. Why are children bad? Can we all say bad parenting? As much as we don't want to accept this or face it, it's exactly what I just said, bad parenting. So why would this be the answer? It doesn't necessarily mean that this is an indictment against the parents because they've done something deliberately wrong. In some instances, that may be true. But in many, it's because the parents may have had those children when they were children. 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, even 18 or 19 years old, and they were not prepared for parenthood. That could be the reason. And I think it's the overwhelming reason, especially in the black community. Having a child too young and you still are not prepared for adult life yourself. So, when your child is in a public school, a private school, a charter school, a Catholic school, and they have a teacher, administrator, a principal, or what have you, who gives them instruction, and they basically face off with the teacher or the adult and say that you can't tell me anything or you don't know what you're talking about. You're not my mama, you're not my daddy, or get out of my face. Ladies and gentlemen, something went terribly wrong. Not in that instance, but before they ever got to that institution of learning. What went wrong was that that parent, father, mother, or one or the other, never gave that child proper guidance. They never taught that child how to respect first themselves and then others. Never received it. Because you spend the majority of your time at home, in your home with your parents, not outside of the home. You eat there, you play there, you sleep there, you have entertainment there, you are under the so-called guidance of a mother, father, or one of the other parent, or someone else who's your parent, be it a grandparent if your biological parents are not there. But someone should be guiding you. And when you leave the home, your behavior should be indicative of the environment that you came from. Now, understand this. I'm not saying that a child won't do wrong. I'm not saying that a child will not be mischievous and sometimes unbearable. But that should not be the rule. That should be the exception. And all it should really take is a stern and or firm adult voice. Joey, stop it now. That's enough. Get yourself together. Or Karen, come here. Have a seat here. Yes, ma'am. That's the way it's supposed to be. But when you tell a student to sit down in class because they're being boisterous, or they're being too vocal, or they're speaking out of turn, and they're trying to get attention from the rest of the children, distracting the class. When you tell them to sit down or have a seat and they don't, and they challenge you, especially when they're 6 years old, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, 12 and 13 years old, something went wrong at home, parents. And that something that went wrong, believe it or not, it was you. This is part one. Brother Teacher out. What do you have to say?